Who is your favorite quarterback that you played with?
That's a complicated answer because the fan base, there are some parts of the fan base who get irritated on it, but I'm gonna answer it. They give it like, how is Cam not your favorite? Cam is the most athletic quarterback I've ever played with in my entire, obviously, professional career. He's not the most athletic player I've ever seen because, first of all, I'm 44 years old. I've watched Randall Cunningham, I've watched Michael Vick house and clown people on the sideline up close. But Cam is the most athletic quarterback I've ever played with. The guy I've learned the most from, actually in a short period of time, was Vinny Testaverde. Because Vinny had played 100 years of football. And in those 100 years, he's played with 9,000 receivers. So he played with Wayne Kerbeck. He played with Lavernius Coles. He played with Keyshawn. He's played with some players. He was in New England, David Gibbons, like all these guys. So he was here at a time in Carolina where we were bad, but he was an older guy and he was always trying to teach. Quick story about Vinny. Jake DeLong goes down. We get Vinny Testaverde. The morning he comes into town, Wednesday, 9, 10 o'clock after he gets off the plane, bro. He's in the weight room, bitch, at 250. Quarterback. He was on the couch 4 days ago watching us play. He had the NFL ticket. And by Wednesday, he in that like, I'm like, this is dude, he obviously knows how to keep his body right. He's 50 years old playing quarterback, right? To this day, it's still a record. I think Tom has it, but I think it was like 47. He was the oldest quarterback to throw opening day touchdown. He was 46, 47 years old. So when teams are still calling you, no matter the circumstances, you're still in their Rolodex, in their phone, in their contacts.
Yeah.
Hey, if we need somebody, this is the guy. So I learned a lot from Vinny, and Vinny taught me some things that I still tell guys. I'm not gonna say it on here, but I still tell guys to this day that I was like, wow. And I'll say, actually, I want to say it now is he told me, he was like, look, Steve, you're a hell of a football player. But, man, you got to finish your route where it needs to be finished. And he said, when I had Lavernius, you remember Lavernius Coles, he could run, straight out run. He said, and I played with Wayne Kerbeck, who wasn't known for his speed. So I played with a lot of different guys. Santana Moss. He says, I don't care what and how you do it, but an inside route, Steve, you must finish on the inside. An outside route, you must finish on the outside. Bro, he told me that it was like gold because I was a shifty guy and I was always trying to do something that didn't allow my release. I tried to allow my release to not indicate what I was doing. So he recognized that and gave me that tool. So I learned a lot from Vinny in that 10 weeks of him being on a team. The reason why I'll say this name, right, is Jake DeLong, is why he was my favorite quarterback, is the very reason that the people who are watching who think I should pick someone else don't understand because they haven't been in the league with me, is I grew into an NFL wide receiver with Jake DeLong. I lost and participated in the Super Bowl with Jake DeLong. And most importantly, we grew together and got paid together with Jake DeLong. And I had, I believe, 7 years with him. I'm not a person about brands. I'm loyal to people.
Mm-hmm.
And so if I have a relationship in which our kids had birthday parties together, like my kid had a birthday party, his kid had a birthday party, our wives went to dinner, we had events, we did things together for 6-7 years, and we got paid together. We experienced some things I haven't experienced. For me to say that Cam is my favorite wide receiver, with playing football with Cam for 4 years, I didn't experience the Super Bowl with Cam. You know, at the time, we just at a different. I was 30-something years old. I was in my 20s. So for me, it's Jake Delhomme is my favorite quarterback because I also have the most tenure with Jake Delhomme.
Right.
Who's the best quarterback I ever played with on the Carolina Panthers? Has to be Cam. I've never seen a more athletic quarterback. I've never seen a guy complete 6 foot whoever, and everybody's taller than me, so I don't. I mean, team pitcher always stood next to Pep. You think I have you think I understand height? No, I'm the short guy all the time, right? With Cam, I've never seen a guy 6'4", 6'5", 230, 250 pounds, run right and throw across his body, flick of the wrist like you're pitching quarters, right? It has nothing to do with like, do I like a guy or dislike a guy? I just look at football comparison. Cam is probably the most athletic, gifted quarterback I've ever played with. But the guy I experienced my professional career with, highs and lows, who I grew with, who I learned with, is Jake Delhomme. And that's why that's my favorite quarterback. Because what I experienced with Jake, I didn't experience with anyone else. Mm-hmm. So for the people who are watching and feel some type of way about it, understand that you think you walked in my shoe. And I understand that you believe you know the answer, but you got to understand my bank account would say otherwise. And also the type of individual I am is you can't just look at something from the outside and you haven't experienced it and been through it. And at the end of it, our friendship was forged over a 6 or 7 year fire together. That makes that bond what it is today. Man, this dude, somebody passed away, I think, a couple of months ago. Bro, by 9:35 that morning, Jake had already called my phone 2 or 3 times. He was like, "Hey, boy," he was a little country accent. "Hey, boy." I'm like, "What's up?" He was like, "Man, somebody passed." He said, "Man, I just want to make sure you know how much I love you, how much I care for you. I don't want you, if something were to happen, that I missed that opportunity."
I feel that. You only can respect it though.
And so that's what it is. And could I have had that relationship with Cam? Yes. But I was also at a different point, right? It's hard to have it's hard to have a relationship with someone, and it's just me, if you're already kind of shutting it out or you already, like I say, you got enough friends on your
facts
in the car.
Facts.
And to be honest with you, like you said, I'm driving a convertible and a 2-seater. That's just me. That's just how I protect myself.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, can't get mad at for protecting yourself, bro.
Yeah, and it's not, and it has nothing to do with. Has nothing to do with actually Cam.
Yeah, not at all.
It just my mental makeup.
Right, for sure.
I mean, me and you'll talk, and we won't talk for like 5 months.
Facts.
And then pick up like
nothing happened.
Nothing happened.
Facts.
Cut to it, let's get down to it. Cut to it, cut to it, cut to it.